With the new football season now underway, or soccer if you prefer, I thought it would be fun to address the decades-old question, which is England's best footballing city? And note, I said city and not club. In other words, I shall be combining all clubs from each city to work together for a change. This way, we can gauge the success of a hypothetical London United, or Birmingham United, or Manchester United. Oh wait, well, you get the idea. So for this list, we're looking for the most decorated cities in English football, past and present. So this will gauge the historical performance, as I'll be factoring all major trophy wins all the way back to the 19th century, where it all began. I've given each trophy the following weighting after much deliberation, so any orderings you deem controversial will hinge upon this. Also, on a personal note, there's no bias from myself. For full disclosure, my football team is Grimsby Town, so it's safe to say I've got no horse in this race. Moving swiftly on, let's get straight to it. Number 10. Our first entry is a one-club city, and it's a club that marches on together to the mantra of side before self every time. In the words of their former captain and manager, Billy Bremner, it is Leeds. Founded in 1919, Leeds United's silverware includes one FA Cup, one League Cup and 3 First Division titles. Fun fact, Leeds United were actually the final team to win the First Division, with it being the 1991-92 season, just before the creation of the Premier League. Number 9. Now to the West Midlands, and we have another one-club city. And it's a club synonymous with a certain shade of orange, a club equally known simply by their nickname, Wolves. The city is, of course, Wolverhampton. Now granted, Wolverhampton Wanderers haven't had a major trophy win since the 1970s, back when it was still a town, but nevertheless they were a force to be reckoned with in their heyday, notching up 3 First Division titles in the 1950s, an FA Cup in 1960, and a League Cup in 1974. Number 8. Here we come to a city with 2 clubs located on either side of a river. These are in fact the closest clubs geographically in all of England, and if I tell you that the river in question is the Trent, you may have guessed by now the city is Nottingham. On the north bank of the river is Notts County, said to be the oldest professional football club in the world, having been founded in 1862, while on the south bank, in the town of West Bridgford, technically with no ties of governance to Nottingham itself, but we'll gloss over that, is Nottingham Forest. And this is a club whose trophy wins came almost entirely under the watch of one man, Brian Clough. As managers go, he was simply one of the greatest of all time, helping Forest to achieve a First Division title, 4 League Cups, and of course 2 European Cups during his time there from 1975 to 1993. Nottingham Forest also have 2 FA Cups to their name. Notts County, meanwhile, do have 1 FA Cup victory to boast, from back in 1894. Number 7. Returning to the theme of one city, one club, and in this case one of the few clubs whose stadium is in the city centre itself. Here we head north, all the way north in fact, to Newcastle upon Tyne. Newcastle United, or the Magpies, due to their iconic black and white kit, may not have won a major trophy since 1955, but they do have 4 First Division titles and an impressive 6 FA Cups to boast. They also have a long-standing rivalry with a nearby city, which brings us to number 6. And this one may come as a surprise, and might not exactly make me the most popular man on Grey Street the next time I'm there, but Newcastle's neighbour and bitter rival boasts an arguably more impressive trophy cabinet. The city is Sunderland, and their sole representation is Sunderland AFC. The Black Cats, as they're known, have notched up an impressive 6 First Division titles. Granted, the last one was back in 1936, but credit where credit's due. They also have 2 FA Cups to their name. Their rivalry with Newcastle United is one of the most fierce in the country, with a historic angle. Sunderland supported the Jacobite rebellion in the 18th century, whilst Newcastle supported the Hanoverian monarchy. Number 5. And now it's back to Yorkshire for one more time, as this entry comes from the Steel City, a city represented by the Blades and the Owls, the red and white stripes and the blue and white stripes. It is, of course, Sheffield. In terms of trophies, both teams pull their weight in roughly equal measures, as Sheffield United have 4 FA Cups to Sheffield Wednesday's 3, though Wednesday have a League Cup to their name and a more impressive set of First Division titles, clocking in at 4 to Sheffield United's 1. Number 4. Now we head to England's second city, a city of 1,000 trades. Some may say that football is one such trade. I'm speaking, of course, about Birmingham. Its trophy haul comes mostly from the north end of the city, where you'll find Aston Villa. The Villains, as they're known, boast an impressive 7 League Cup titles, 7 FA Cups, 5 League Cups, and perhaps most importantly, 1 European Cup back in 1982. Their local rivals, Birmingham City, meanwhile have the more modest trophy cabinet with 2 League Cups to their name. And next we come to the top 3, and this will come as no surprise as to which 3 cities remain, but the question is, in what order? Well, let's find out. Number 3. Several clubs represent it, but none bear its name. So of course it is London. After much tallying, it would appear that London has over 30 FA Cups to its name, with Arsenal topping the pile at 14. Chelsea and Tottenham each have 8, whilst West Ham have 3. Chelsea currently top the League Cup bragging rights in London with 5, whilst Spurs have 4, and Arsenal have just the 2 in this case. Queen's Park Rangers also have a League Cup to their name, but Arsenal are London's top dogs in terms of Premier League / First Division wins, currently at 13 versus Chelsea's 6 and Tottenham's 2. But the reason London are only 3rd is largely down to a lack of European titles. Just 2 Champions League trophies have gone to England's capital, both courtesy of Chelsea. The less coveted Europa League, previously known as the UEFA Cup, has gone twice to Chelsea and twice to Tottenham. Number 2. Well, it came down to the wire, and there can be only one winner. And to quote the immortal words of Steven Gerrard, "This does not slip." So of course the number 2 spot goes to Liverpool. So the city of Liverpool has 2 teams, Liverpool FC and Everton FC, both of whom play in the Everton suburb of Liverpool, incidentally. Everton FC, or the Toffees as they're otherwise known, have a surprisingly impressive history of major trophies, clocking up 9 First Division titles and 5 FA Cups. They just so happen to be overshadowed by their neighbours, Liverpool FC, who have 19 top-flight wins, albeit only 1 during the Premier League era so far, also 8 FA Cups, 9 League Cups, and of course 6 European Cups, including 2 from the Champions League era. That just leaves 1 city, but first an honourable mention. For anyone wondering, aside from the cities, which is the best footballing town in England, I can reveal that in terms of silverware, the answer is without a doubt Blackburn. Founded in 1875, Blackburn Rovers have won 6 FA Cups, a League Cup and 3 top-flight division titles, including a memorable Premier League win back in 1995. Number 1. And now, the big reveal. The top footballing city in England is... well, there's no suspense, it's Manchester. The city is of course represented by Manchester United in red to the west of the centre and Manchester City in sky blue to the east of the centre, although formerly to the south in Moss Side. First off, Man United. Now, as much as it pains me to praise them, here goes. They have to their name 20 league titles, 12 FA Cups, 6 League Cups, 3 European Cups, including 2 during the Champions League era, and a Europa League title. Then there's Man City, who have 9 league titles, 7 FA Cups, 8 League Cups, and a Champions League title. What more can you say? It seems fitting that the city that's home to the National Football Museum should take the top spot in this list. And here's a full breakdown of the points accrued based on my weighted system. So if you're a Liverpool fan, feel free to share your grievances in the comments below. Or blame Everton if you like. Thanks for watching, and a warm welcome if you're new to the channel. My primary focus is on the towns and cities of Great Britain, so if that's of interest, feel free to check out some of my other videos, and have a great day.